Oh, hi, critters. Hopefully, today should be a lot quieter for recording ASMR with. Except the birds. I don't think I can do too much about the birds. Dear stars. Well, wonderful, aren't they? Well, if the cat can't find a way to consistently not get cars coming around, she might just take the laptop all the way into forest and record there, where it'll be really quiet. Well, the bird seems to have flown off. That's good. The cat has been doing pretty good. She's been learning a few new things, but most of her effort has been, as she said last time, in trying to buy some property for herself. And to do that, she's been selling both art commissions and making clothes to sell on Etsy. The trouble is that the cat is absolutely horrible with advertising. She's got no social media experience, and generally, she's just not good at selling things to people. She's got this tendency to criticize all of her own work, which is very bad for trying to get buyers to buy something. And she's not very good at the whole, marketing thing of, I guess, kind of lying to make, or, over-exaggerating. Make something sound better than it is. So, yeah. Cat's sure she'll find some way to afford a property eventually. She is at least in a better situation than she was a while ago. She, around the midpoint, it's a cool bird call. Around the midpoint of her life, sort of between 7 and 14, 15-ish years old, she had to live in, not in the dead center of, but pretty somewhat close to a city. It was really suburbs, I think, is what that sort of region is called. And it was horrible. I picked up a good amount of SA trauma there too, but it was just a sensory hell as well. It's so loud, and the atmosphere is really impure. There's a lot of half combusted nitrogen and weird half combusted carbon products too, from all the cars emitting their waste fuel. It gave the cat headaches, and it made her lungs seize up and all sorts of stuff like that. But she's on an island now. She has been for a while. Her health's gotten better, and well, it's nice and quiet here. for the most part. Lots of tiny little bird calls. You can't hear the lake today. It's probably because the wind is still. It's not moving the waves any. But still nice. Oh. The cat. This is probably, well, this already has been a ramble video. I'm just gonna keep it a ramble thing. Last night, the cat came up with a much better acronym for her little faster-than-light drive technology. When she first came up with it, she just called it CAD, coaxial drive, which is great. It's short, but it explains absolutely nothing about how the drive itself works. She then tried to explain how it works more in the acronym and renamed it to coaxial dielectric drive. So CADD or CADD, so like CADD, I guess would be the best way to pronounce it. But that sounds a little bit weird. And so the cat said, well, what about, well, that's a loon calling in the background. She said, what about coaxial sail, coordinate agnostic, dielectric drive. So that would be like Cascade, which I'm not sure if that's better or not, but what she, I guess, has as her best revision of that is Cascade with an X for coaxial sail axis agnostic dielectric drive. And I don't know if that's better or not. It certainly does explain more of how it works, I guess, if you already know those terms and also how the drive works, but it still doesn't help with explaining it. I guess there's only so much you can compact something down with also having it carry its meaning. I don't know if trying to explain how that drive works is going to just bore everyone to death. It might also just put people to sleep. I don't know, but the general overview of it is that you have a solar sail, which is built in any arbitrary dimension above the one which you are trying to traverse efficiently. So if you wanted to efficiently, quote-unquote, teleport, it has nothing to do with teleportation, but it appears to be teleportation in 3D space. If you wanted to do that in 3D space, you need to build a 4-dimensional sail. across really, really vast distances really quickly and with very little energy. Assuming you have a very, very, very efficient computer. Or just magically know. Or just magically know how to control it and where you're going. You'd almost certainly need a whole set of observatories with quantum entangled relays to get enough data about the surrounding universe to work off of. Because you particularly need to know where other masses in the universe are. And anything for that counts. Unfortunately, this is a very computationally difficult sort of drive to use. Because even the mass of interstellar dust clouds will affect where you intersect back with 3D space again. This drive type was written or made, not written, I guess not made deliberately. The cat kind of just had the idea for it, but she quote unquote made it for her species, the roseksis, a bunch of space kitties, who live to very, very, very old age, hundreds of trillions of years, so can live longer than the current age of the universe, which our universe is still very young. And their bodies operate in six-dimensional space. I'm now realizing that dimension may be defined as something else for most people. Like a Minecraft dimension going between the overworld and the nether. They're both three-dimensional spaces. I'd call those both pocket dimensions. They're their own isolated little spaces. When the cat says dimension, she means a spatial dimension. You got forward and back, port and starboard, and up and down. Those are 3 axes, or 3 dimensions. You can add a 4th dimension, if you want, and a 5th, and a 6th, and 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Really, you can add almost as many spatial dimensions as you want, so long as the space-time supports it. I guess that's that's a complicated thing. That's all kinds of theoretical physics nonsense that I can't explain in the remaining 50 seconds I have before YouTube says, no, you cannot upload more than 50 seconds. Well, the cat will wish all the sweet little internet critters